Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another weekly reading. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the dates of Monday. That's today. Yay! November 3rd. Okay, November 3rd until Sunday, November 9th. Okay, so it's kind of going to be a big week. I don't know if you're already feeling the energies that are going on, but we do have, let me check my agenda here. Yeah, on the 5th, which is Wednesday, we've got a full moon in Taurus. Yay, shout out moon in Taurus. But we do have a super full moon, I believe it's being called, in Taurus. And we also have Mercury retrograde starting on November 9th, which is Sunday. So just a quick heads up. Some of you may be like, oh, I know, I could feel it in the air. And so can I, because if you follow this channel, then you know I'm super sensitive to energy. So I usually start feeling these things like a week or two before. And oh, also, I do want to mention it is Scorpio season. And very briefly, anytime Scorpio season comes around, remember it is a water season. And so Scorpio is all about the depths, right? The abyss, the subconscious, just way down there, right? In every way that you can think that means. That's scorpionic energy. And so whenever Scorpio season comes, you can expect your quote unquote stuff to rise up into your consciousness. So if you are experiencing a lot of turmoil, emotional turmoil in particular. And some of you may even have some hallucinations in some way. Your perspective may be, and perceptions may be even more off than normal because they're trauma driven more so than normal. Then, just your girl told you it's Scorpio season. So expect these things to come up. Also, we're already in the shadow, or you can call it the storm of Mercury. I can never say that word. Mercury and the word mirror. I can never say, oh, of course I said the word mirror properly there, but I never say that word mirror, error, and Mercury. But anyway, so whenever Mercury retrograde comes around, what happens is the energies again start rising. These are old stuff coming up. You can kind of think of it in a sense like, oh, nostalgia of energetic flow in a sense. So this is why there are certain things that you shouldn't do during Mercury retrograde, uh, specifically um, initiating things. Also, do not get back with your exes. I always say that every Mercury retrograde, I always let you guys know because I'm here to help you out. Now, the reason why it's very practical. When you look at things energetically, it always becomes practical. It's just that people don't understand how energy works, and society has taught them to see it as this anomaly, this woo-woo thing, this whatever people term it. And really, all it is just it's a missing link for humanity, which is understanding the flow of energy. When you understand the flow of energy, then you will understand that during Mercury retrograde, what's happening is these energies that are usually dormant or latent or just pushed to the side or maybe just whatever, they start resurfacing again. I'm just using this word resurfacing, but they start coming back up for reflection. That's what happens during retrograde. If you're being proactive about any retrograde season, you're using it to reflect, right? So when these energies start coming back up, what they're tantamount to are structures in your energetic field. So now you've got structures being built up in the energetic space. And as we know, if you follow this channel, thoughts are things. So energy becomes things here, it becomes physical here in this physical plane. And so that's why you start to see things coming back from the past, like, oh, I'm having dreams about my ex, or this thing from my past is coming up again, or oh wow, I just bumped into like a couple friends from school, or oh, why am I thinking about this person again, or oh my gosh, these people keep calling me, or oh, I finish this situation earlier, why is it coming back around, like is this Groundhog Day, like whatever it is, whatever form you experience, remember forms are people, places, things, situations, ideas, all these things that are manifestations of what? At its core, your beliefs. But as we go through your energy field, we see these structures. Your beliefs take structure in the non-physical, and then in the physical, they take the form of things, right? So it's just ding, 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 becoming harder and harder and more solid until you can knock it right here in the physical. But so this is why we have to really, when we're trying to actually heal, it's only ever going to be about healing at the belief level. It's healing your mindset. And as you know, that can take lifetimes, but every little bit helps, and you don't really know which lifetime you're at in this one. So if something's coming up for you to heal at the level of your belief, then please jump on it, because chances are you can really have a breakthrough moment. Okay, but anyway, so these things are going on right now. So if you're feeling and also I'm getting, as I'm feeling into your fields, because I'm seeing you guys and I'm feeling you guys. It's nice to see you. Um, I'm getting a lot of anger in the throat area, particularly on the left side of the throat, father stuff coming up for a lot of people. So a lot of emotions are going to be coming up. So if you're like feeling a little bit more rage filled, or if your stuff is coming up and you're feeling anger, or somebody keeps getting your goat, or you keep seeing things and online or wherever you are that make you angry, you want to say something, all of these things are oh, sorry, I might have to plug my phone in at some point. But all of these things are as a result of these energies that are coming up. The scorpionic energies, which are causing things to come up, the Mercury retrograde energies, which are going to be around for a little bit. I haven't checked my however long Mercury retrograde goes on, and then for the shadow period after that, right? And then also the super full moon, right? Whenever we have full moons coming up, our stuff comes up. Full moons are giving us an opportunity to release. So if anything comes up for you during this time, take it back to God. I say God, you can say whatever you want, right? But take it back to God, have that, that heartfelt conversation. May seem one-sided, but trust me, it's not. Take it back to God and ask for discernment. And your spirit team, they're like, hey, we out here. Hello, right? Your spirit team, your guardian angels, whoever it is that you work with that you can trust. Don't just throw it out there to any passing wandering spirit, dear Lord. But ask, and also, yeah, they're saying also for some of you, I'm sensing that some of you have really wise people in your life in the physical. It could actually be a therapist, could be a family friend, it could be someone in the family, but these would be people that you can tell they've just got like an otherworldly wisdom. It doesn't even have to be otherworldly, but it's so wise that it's almost like they're out of time. Like, wow, why are you such a wise soul? You're only 24, or just like something like this. So they're saying you can talk with these people in your life as well that you may have scripted to have in your life to help you out with these moments, because whenever things come up, which you're going to be feeling this week, it's an opportunity to reflect. So again, yeah, like I was saying, take it to God or whoever is in your life to help you have the discernment that you may need assistance with having, because discernment relies on us being able to distinguish between what is real, in other words, what is love, and energetically speaking, it's the same thing as saying that it has actual substance to it and can be found on every single level of existence of creation, as opposed to something that is unreal, that when you look at it energetically has no substance. It can only have a certain form or something up until a certain density. It doesn't exist on every level of creation. So that's why God, or the Most High, let's say the Most High, cannot see these things that man makes, even because we're just making stuff up. It doesn't exist. It doesn't have substance. It's meaningless, right? And so, but of course, we're going to experience both the real and the unreal here in this density, this third density, this physical plane, because it's physical. And beliefs are experienced here in the physical as form, people, places, things, situations, ideas, etc. But the mastery here that we're all working towards is to distinguish which forms are founded upon love, that have substance, that you can literally see and perceive when you slip into your higher senses, right? And which of those things are, yes, substanceless, but they both look the same down here, right? So we have to discern. And to get into that discerning space, there are things that you can do. The guides are saying, of course, shadow work. Shadow work asks you to look at what you don't want to look at. The only reason why we're having this separated mindset and this struggle to perceive realistically what is real is because we've got things hidden from us in the shadow. Because obviously, psychologically speaking, it may be not a good time for you to explore those shadows, because especially if they're past lifetime things, and it would be too much for you. That's why we come back multiple lifetimes, right? But there are things that you could certainly look at down here, and so that you're not repressing and suppressing and just bypassing and all sorts of stuff. We have to look at these things, bring it out into the open, bring it into the light. Spirit is saying now, Spirit sees all these things. The only people who don't see it are us. The only beings, excuse me, that don't see it is us. And that is willful. It's willful blindness. At this level of experience, here in this conscious mind level, you may not see it as willful, because we're like, what are you even talking about? I don't know, like, to us, it's not even something we know that we carry. But if you just even slip into our field and our consciousness and go a little bit higher in the field, we'd be like, oh yeah, I see it, I'm ignoring it, right? And even like I've said many times, if you sit down with your friendly local therapist, your licensed therapist, even they will point out things to you that you're choosing not to look at this level. So just knowing thyself is literally the way to heal your life. But also another suggestion that they're asking us to do at this time is to observe what's coming up for us, pray on it, express what we need, and ask for discernment in terms of what it is that we need to reflect upon and what is just simply coming up to be released. When things are coming up to be released, especially at this time with the full moon, where things are just going to leave your life if it's not necessary for you anymore, if it's out of alignment with the frequency that you're at, it's going to fall out of your life, right? It cannot stay in your energetic field. And this is why we always remind you, if you see something, if you're witnessing something in your daily life, whether or not you see it as having anything to do with you, maybe you turn on the news, maybe you just see something, all of those things, you are a vibrational match to on some level of your field. Otherwise, it could not even come into your conscious mind awareness. It's impossible, right? And so out of all that's possible and all that's probable, this is what your eyes fall on. This is, you turned left instead of right, you took the red car instead of the blue one, right? Why? There is all causation to it. You just can't see it from this level of the field. And so, and how could we, right? And so the best thing that we do is we finish the food that's on our plate, so to speak. In other words, we look at what's going on in our life, because you don't have to go into your past lifetime. You don't have to do all that. All of that is connected to your now moment based in your belief system. So all you really need to do is continue to work on healing yourself, taking things consistently day by day, not taking anything as much as, let's do our best, right? Not taking things personally, right? Being detached from, it's just, yeah, anyway. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep, no, that's right. I have a couple more minutes here. I'm just trying to time it so that I can post on different platforms. But also, I forgot to mention, if you're watching this video, please make sure that you're watching it on YouTube. My main channel is YouTube at this time, and it's at A Compassionate Heart School. You should see this as one video, because I can, record as long as I want. On Instagram, you should be on Awakening All You Light Workers. That's my channel there. All right, so those are the places you can see. And I only do business transactions on Etsy, and my store is called A Compassionate Heart. No spaces. Okay, don't put those spaces, because then you can't find me. It's just Etsy algorithm. Or you can just hit the link in my channel in whatever page you're looking at. But anyway, yes, at some point I'm going to pause closer to the 20-minute mark, and then I will, if you want to head over, if you're watching on Instagram, you want to see the rest of the video, head over to YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, hey, you don't need to do anything. I'm just going to pause, and then I'll be back in a minute. But anyway, so yes, this is quite a month. And I don't know about you guys, whenever November comes around, I just know it's like clockwork. I just know, get ready, girl, because you know how your energy field works. You know you're going to be going through it, and so get ready. And so that's what's been happening. All right. So what else do I want to say about that? To wrap that up, Spirit is just asking us to be mindful of this month, and yes, this week, and to remember that a lot of stuff is coming up, and things are going to fall out of your life right now, as they should. If something is trying to literally, or someone is trying to leave, we don't know how they leave. We don't care how they leave. It's literally just that energetically speaking, you're no longer a vibrational match. And to be honest, that is usually a good thing. Unless you're the toxic influence and it's a good thing for the other person, right? Who knows, right? But hold on. Let me go ahead and pause here. If you'd like to continue and you're on watching on Instagram, just head on over, God bless you, and find us on YouTube. Okay? I'm gonna pause right now. And we're back. And so, yes. All right. So, what I was saying is this week, be ready, be ready, be ready if you're not feeling it already. All right. Since we're here, what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to feel into your energy fields, guides. Guides. I always call you guys guides. I really do. Guides. I'm going to feel into your energy field a little bit, and we're just going to do a little bit of loosening up because I'm feeling a lot of constant, I can't even say it. See, just so you know, when we really focus on something, we're there. So the very fact that I'm focusing in your abdominal space and I'm telling you about it, now notice how my energy gets constricted because now I am in there. So what you focus on is what you really move towards and you embody in the moment. So always choose wisely what it is that you're consuming in your everyday life and what you're thinking about and ruminating on. But anyway, what I was going to say is, as I'm feeling into, collectively speaking, our abdominal space, I'm getting a lot of a constipation energy. I'm also getting that somebody here may be having pain in their glute area. For some, it could be related to the actual sit bones, or it could be the flesh part, like the muscle part and whatnot. But whatever it is, I'm just going to go in there and do a little clearing. So if you get a little gassy right now, or you feel stuff coming up, and maybe through the esophageal channels, and that could be physically something comes up, or you can feel the sensation of it in your energetic anatomy, because I do know that some of you are very tuned in to your energetic bodies, and so you may feel those sensations occurring right now. So it's just us, don't worry. All right, so I'm going to just do some clearing here. We're doing some clearing in the colon area as well. And of course, we are working in the energetic anatomy here. All right. Okay. So I'm getting some puppet energy. So this is energy that's going to be on its way out, which makes me super happy. I'm going to say it's cord cutting, but it's not cord cutting in the way that we think, like, oh, cord cutting between me and someone else. Actually, this is a marionette kind of energy that imagine cute little marionettes. They're moved by strings. And so in this case, what I'm getting energetically and archetypally, your energy fields are moving like marionettes. So we're going to go ahead and clear this string, clear these I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying to explain this as best as possible. Of course, it's an energetic procedure we're doing, and I'm not going to be able to translate it completely. So just let's go with the imagery. Okay. Okay, as I'm pulling this off, I'm getting in the elbow areas, like pulling string like out of your entire arms and stuff. This is giving me past life energy in particular, and feeling Egypt. Now let's talk about that in particular. Now I'm feeling this is for at least one person here, could be a collective of people here. It's very common that people who gravitate to the same thing, or who are in each other's lives, if you guys are gravitating towards me, for example, and you're tapping into the work that is flowing through me and being created through my energy signature, chances are we've had, this isn't our first rodeo in terms of our lifetime, so we may have shared past lives and stuff. So anyway, but what I'm getting here is this marionette energy and these strings and this puppetry and stuff. Go ahead, guys, and roll your what do you call these, your wrists for me. I just felt my left ear pop as we did this. Go ahead and roll it just to help move the energy. But the reason why I'm feeling this is not because somebody cursed you and they were controlling you or manipulating you. I just feel like I have to say that here specifically for at least one person, because a lot of times it's very understandable and very common for us to believe that when we do certain things or because we go through certain things, that's, and even some people may help foster these beliefs, right, to seem bigger and badder than they really are. But the first thing people think is, oh, I was cursed, or I had black magic done to me, or this and that. And a lot of times that's actually not the case. And so what I'm getting in this case here is I'm feeling into this collective energy as I'm clearing these things. They're calling them wounds. That's another word I struggle to pronounce sometimes. WOUNDS, wounds. Hit the D, right? Throw some D's on it. Anyway, they're calling those wounds because obviously these are alterations that have been done in the body. But what I want, energetic body vessels, sorry. But what I want to say is it wasn't done to you. This is the distinction here as I'm feeling into this. This is on account of actions that you took. You took. Okay. So in other lifetimes, again, a lot of times people are just experiencing the same energies or the same effects or the same whatever dynamics. Thank you. So we're the same dynamics that they put out in other lifetimes. And in this lifetime, they're crying victim. Okay. So we understand we're not going to get into too much of that. But right now, because I want to capitalize on the time, and such conversations are really great for personal readings, hit me up, right? You know where to find me. But a lot of times, because we are not tuned in or tapped into our own stuff, we're unable to assess and we're unable to recognize. And a lot of times it's willful blindness, like I said, operating at some level of our field. We're not able to see that we are just experiencing the energies that we ourselves have put out at some point. And so this is why I always say on this channel, do your best not to do what? Judge. Really try not to judge, guys, because I can't tell you how many times clients come in, and me myself too, through the work I do on myself and just seeing people on TV and stuff, we can read their energy. A lot of times, a lot of these activists and a lot of these perpetrators and a lot of people doing things that are, that are just violence and just all stuff, kinds of stuff. It's actually they're fighting an enemy that they in their other lifetime were. Same cause, but this time they're experiencing that dynamic from a different role. So it's very common for souls to say, oh, in this lifetime I did this, and I was the victim. Well, in this lifetime I'm going to be the perpetrator, and this or this time, last time I was this KKK, and this time I'm going to be black, or this time, like whatever, male and then female, and then you name it, one religion and then the other religion. And in this lifetime, they're just fighting against the energetic frequencies and the archetypes that they were in other lifetimes, and they can't see it, right? And so this is why it's very important in this day and age that when we consume things out there, and out there meaning in your friend circle, your family circle, your community, in social media, in media in general, out in school, wherever you are, be very careful, because just because you're seeing something, and even if it's the most shocking thing you can think of, or even if it's the most plain thing you can think of, be discerning, because a lot of times it may not even have anything to do with you that requires you to take action. Now, we may feel moved to, and you can always take action to support things, but I would say very, very, very much to sit down and really think and reflect upon what it is that you are looking at, what it is that you're making it mean, because you're only going to make something mean something that as it relates to your own belief system. Technically, you're not seeing things clearly at all. Unless you're, really, working with some great vision. And even people who have great vision, and I'm talking metaphysical vision and all of this, just a simple ego thing, simple shadow overlook, things like this will throw their whole perception off. And then they're no longer, or sometimes this, as the saying goes, you walk in, you step right into someone else's ego, and boom, before you know it, right? You're no longer dealing with a pure energy and all of that. So be very, very mindful these days to be independent minded, to think from the heart, to try your best to get centered, make sure that you take some time. If you notice in your life, look around your life, if you notice that whether it's due to scheduling, lots of work, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, okay, I get it. If it's because you have family obligations, you've got kids, you just, some of you may work the night shift, I don't know, but some of you may work the night shift and you just don't have the time, you're sleeping a lot, whatever, or maybe you have addictions, whatever. Maybe you just don't have time to sit and think and reflect and ruminate. But but please note that you're not thinking, you're not sitting, you're not ruminating, you're not reflecting. That's a better word. That's like saying, so observe the reality of it and don't try to gloss it over. A great analogy would be like someone realizing, oh, I can't just eat this because this has all these chemicals. This is mislabeled, this and that. I know this is not healthy, blah 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 blah. But then they'll come in and say, oh, but everything that's healthy costs too much, or oh well, I don't have time to sit and make meals and stuff. Yeah, you can have that realization, you can have those that reality for yourself, but don't let that be a justification that leads you to discount the fact. The fact is, this is healthy food, you're not eating it. Why? And then you tell your story. But your story is not a viable justification for why you're doing something, in the sense to say, well, that's why I don't need it, so I'm just going to hope for a miracle here or something like that. I'm very guilty of this. My guys, listen, when I channel these messages, who do you think is patient zero? It's me. Okay, hold on. Let me go plug in my phone. It's me, Mario. We plug this phone in because, as I say, we don't want any tears. I'll be crying. I'll be like, no, it cut out. Okay, I'm back. Maybe hitting all these cushions. All right. Hold on. All right, so let's move on. Well, this is all part of the message, but let's tap back in. Yeah, so just gonna look at your feet really quickly. Remember, whenever these things come up, because this week a lot of stuff is going to be coming up, and it's going to be coming up for the next couple of weeks, I'm being told. But right now, a lot of you may be feeling a lot of stuff come up. So you're being asked to practice proper spiritual hygiene. Okay. So proper spirit, why do we care about that? Well, because whenever you have your stuff coming up, these are lower frequencies, lower vibrations that are now becoming active in your field. And if you've got a lot of lower frequencies and all of that, obviously we see the telltale signs of that. We see that in terms of illness. We see that in terms of sometimes accidents, like, we see that in terms of low mood, all sorts of stuff. Because our natural state, when we are not experiencing trauma and when we're not experiencing stress and all that, is joy. It's a joyful state. It's happiness. And so when you're experiencing any type of inner conflict, and that's evidenced by your emotions, right? Emotions are a powerful guide for letting you know when something's going on that you need to look at. Just like pain, your pain receptors on your body, they give you insight into, hey, something's going on inside, we got to take a look at the body. That's what your emotional system does as well. So if your emotions are out of whack and stuff, and of course some people may say, oh, that has to do with my neurological setup and all that. But please remember that your DNA, your neurological setup, all of those things are carbon copies of what is going on in your energetic level. So no matter what's going on in your life, it always is going to be, and your body and whatever, it's always going to be an invitation to inquiry. to know thyself, to go inward, right? It's always just going to be that. And so when we say practice proper spiritual hygiene, it's a reminder that your vibration is important because people think they navigate this world with their feet. That is BS. No, you do not navigate this world with your feet. You navigate this world by way of vibration. Okay? You navigate the world by way of your vibration. And your vibration is determined by your belief system. And listen, core belief work takes time. This is why the hope is with at the soul level that lifetime after lifetime that we will make changes that will create a shift in our energetic fields and our mindsets and stuff, which will lead us to start to be able to operate at a higher vibration, a higher consciousness kind of way of living, right? And we just do our best when we're down here. But there are a lot of things that you can do down here to protect your frequency. And the simplest is to make sure that you are, oh, I was going to say shielding, but the guides just said showering. Okay. Yeah. So showering, we talked about this every day. Every day when you shower, make sure that you set the intention that as you cleanse your beautiful, lovely physical body, that you also see your energetic vessels being cleansed as well. And that's important to make sure that you are seeing all of your meridians, your nadis, your legs, all of this, your hands, your nails, everything energetically being cleared by the water that comes in. Anytime I get clients in my intuitive counseling session, I always during the energy clearing stage, I always clear the legs because there's always like, think of it like heavy legs, like sludge, because when we're transmuting a lot of energies, like right now, when a lot of stuff is coming up to the surface of our conscious minds and we're just shoving things all over the place, when we're processing energies, it's just like imagine chiseling something. This is, the little chisel, and you're like, what happens is those little shrapnels, it's not called shrapnels, is it? The little chiseling shreds come out, and at some point you got to blow it so that you can continue to work. So, oh, thanks guys. They're like debris. Yes, debris is a byproduct of the work when you're processing these energies and when stuff comes up. So when you shower physically, make sure that you're setting your intention to also clear your energy field. Now we know this. Those of you who do your rituals and know back in the day, these are called ablutions, right? It's ritual washing. So just remember, these things have a space. Another thing that they're saying, oh, you know what? I love that. They're saying that alone is perfect. Whoa, great. So I thought I had to go into like don't forget the shieldings and the this and that we always talk about. But they're saying right now what they would love if the collective, myself included, if we all just always remembered to see that pure water or that pure, I call it liquid light, flowing through us and cleansing our energy field every time we shower. And also, if you're a real G, then you can go ahead and do that without showering. You can just see liquid light being poured right through you. Like imagine yourself standing under a waterfall and just sparkling through your skin, your connective tissues, your organs, your everything, your mind, your spirit. You can even use it to unblock your ears and all sorts of stuff because energy just collects around your field. And before you know it, it's affecting your physical body. Then someone like, for example, sometimes people need to go in and get their their ears cleared for earwax and stuff. Now they go and the doctor says whatever. I don't know what the doctor would say in that case, but I bet you 10 out of 10 times if they came to their friendly local healer, hi, right? Well, it would be very clear that it's just energetic debris that's around their ears. Sometimes they're doing that on purpose and they don't realize it at the conscious mind level, but they're doing that for example, because they already know that certain family members are going to come into their energetic space, let's say in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and they may not know that at the conscious mind level, but their spirit knows it. And so they are blocking their own ears energetically so they don't have to hear those energies coming from, let's say, family members and stuff. Hello, we're coming up to the holiday seasons. You don't think people are starting to put up energetic blocks to themselves and they don't know it yet? If you notice yourself hiding from the calls from your family to invite you out to dinner or whatever, you don't think you're already doing that on the energetic level? So I'm just letting you know that people here don't understand their agency. A lot of times when we perceive of things happening to us, it's us doing it to ourselves. But we make the mistake and think that if we're doing anything to ourselves or to anybody else, why wouldn't I remember it? Because your conscious mind is the last one to know. Just like your physical body is the last place to manifest. Physical is the last place to manifest. This is the bottom of the road here, guys. So when we talk about preventative medicine and preventative care, yes, we do talk about it in terms of the physical body. And yes, there are certain things you can do in the physical body to have preventative, whatever. But true preventative medicine is in the non-physical bodies. And that's why it's always good to keep your energetic sphere, because we're all actually spheres. We just can't see it, from where we are right now. We're in a sphere, our own individual spheres, cute bubbles, but keep it as clear as possible. So let's go ahead and, oh, that's cute. Yeah, they're like, let's do pick a card. Wow, that was so spontaneous. All right, so should I shuffle? They're so sweet. They're like, you may. So go ahead and think. This is pile one. Bloink. Ooh, newspaper vibes coming from there. I don't know why. Maybe I have to say that to help people choose an item or an emblem. Someone was like, can I do... Oh yeah, this one has two cards. Someone was like, can I do more than one pile? I heard somebody say, ooh, tricky pile here. And the answer to that is yes, you may. Ooh, this card, this deck. Wow, what's going on? Feels like 5 cards want to come out in deck 2. Oh, okay. Deck 3. Deck 3. Okay, first of all, I don't know if this is deck 3's energy. This could be relating to deck 3's energy, or it could just be energy, a personal message coming in. But I'm seeing some obsessive energies here. You, the viewer, whoever you are, you're obsessing over someone. This seems like a love reading. So whatever this energy is, you got somebody on your mind, and I would just say, pump the brakes a little. It's too obsessive. Because look how it's like right here on pile 1. Now, these may not have anything to do with the pile meanings. Remember, we're reading just energies as they come in. But this message here is warning somebody to stop obsessing in some love kind of way about somebody. You can't have obsession and love in the same thing. That is false association. That's shadow stuff. Okay, so that's an example of where over lifetimes, or even in just one lifetime is all it takes, sometimes you get conditioned to equate pain with pleasure, right? And so here we are, we got people just loving to get, they're in their BDSM era. So all that stuff is manifestation of crossed wires. It only feels good to you because you're in the crossed wires. But when you heal yourself and you heal shame and you heal those kinds of things, those sexual kind of, from a higher level, it may look like deviancy or perversions or whatever. Down here, we're like, it's expression. Okay. But remember, when you're looking at things, you always want to ask, what level of perspective am I using? And down here, we're all mixed up because of our unhealed traumas and just the way we've been programmed, and many lifetimes where it just is what it is. And that's why we have these things at this level of experience. But when you start to heal yourself and all of that, you no longer have the appetite for these things. And eventually you don't even attract it. It's just, you doesn't, not, no pun intended, intended, but get you off. It just, yeah. So anyway, whatever this is, just be mindful, be careful of some obsessive energies. That was for somebody here. That doesn't necessarily have to do with group 3, by the way. It just, that was a message that came through, and it came through real quick, like, all right. Another personal message that's coming through here has to do with money, but I also think that may have something to do with, may or may not have to do with pile 2. It does feel related to pile 2, but anyway, listen, just choose a pile. I don't usually like to give key words for the piles because then people may be like, I don't know, but just I'll let you choose. So let's go ahead. Group 1, group 2, and group 3. And just to quickly recap this week, just get ready for stuff to be coming up. It's a very water time in a sense with Scorpionic season, and there are other things at play. We've got the Taurus full moon, super full moon, so stuff's coming up, and we have Mercury retrograde already. You're trying to get that chokehold, so just be mindful. Do not answer the phone when your ex calls, and I don't care if you're having dreams about them. They're not trying to reach out to you. It's just the energies coming back up. And the last face they wore was your ex, for example. So deal with the healing or release it. All right, so let's go on to group 1 really quick, like. Ooh, in group 1, I'm getting a desire to escape. So how she almost like, so there's a desire to escape something. It could be to escape a relationship. It could be to escape a workplace. It could be to escape some type of circumstance here. And the idea is like, I just want to find a quiet corner. I don't want to be a part of this environment anymore. This isn't even me. Like, imagine having a party or a collective somewhere and you just want to like go and sit somewhere. And it doesn't even have to be anything like, oh, I hate these people, I hate this, or anything like that, emo. But it could just simply be like, this isn't me anymore. This isn't what I'm about. My peace lies elsewhere. And so you come and you want to move out. For somebody here, the words move out, somebody here wants to move out. I'm getting dust buster, right? So let's talk about that super quickly. So when I say dust buster, if you're feeling the vibes of group 1 and you're like, that's me, Jay, I'm just trying to get out of the situation, blah, blah, blah. You're feeling, even, you may even feel pushed out, like not even like somebody's pushing you out, but kind of like, I just don't belong here anymore. This isn't my vibe. I would strongly tell you to dust your home. That's why I said dust buster. Vacuum your home, dust your home, because that is a reflection of the energetic debris that is clogging up your field. It's literally pushing you outside of yourself. So you may be feeling antsy. Where are you trying to escape from, right? Some of you may be even like, oh, well, I don't know. It's not that I want to leave. It's just that I want to, right? You may not even know. And so the first place that you want to go is you want to look at what's going on inside of you and understand that I'm telling you what's going on inside of you. You've got energetic buildup. And so we already talked about the showering and doing your ablutions, basically just seeing yourself being rinsed clean, right? As you, on all levels of your field, as you do that, of course, you call in your higher self to bless you. You can call in God to bless you, whoever works for you. But do your due diligence in your physical space. Dust your home. Writes that down. Me writes that down. Dust your home, okay? And vacuum out your energy field. Okay, God bless you. Yay. And look how she went right back. It was easy to put you there. Put you right back there where you were. What is this? Who wants to come out? Ooh, a neighbor. Who that? Okay. Someone's taking an interest in you. This is somebody 3 months down the line. This could be a job offer for somebody here. It could, because look at this contract. It could be a job offer. It could be a job offer that comes back around is what I'm getting. Could be even, yeah, no, maybe about April, maybe 3 months. Yeah, 3 months from now, but also I'm getting it maybe April, whatever this is. I'm being told to tell you, don't worry so much about it right now. You don't have to be on the lookout for the lookout for whatever this is or whoever this is. But this is an energy field. Yeah, the field. We're in the field together. That's why I can pick up on it. But they haven't really touched your field just yet for you to be like, oh, who's this, right? But I'm seeing this for you. And Spirit is saying the reason why you're not in contact with this unit. What? Because I was gonna say entity, but like that's not the word, and I thought some other word, and that wasn't the word either. Unit, okay, sure. The reason why you're not in touch with this yet is because spirit wants to build you up. Maybe there's more debris you need to clear out, obviously, so that you can accommodate these new energies. It can't come in if you've got stuff hanging around. How can you get your husband if your bummy boyfriend is still on the couch? Like, yo, we gotta, he has to go, right? How could you step into the great new job if you're entertaining foolishness on your current job, right? So whatever this is, you've got to allow spirit to continue to spruce you up, is what they're saying. So you're gonna have to go through a pruning season or two more, but just continue to do work your debris. Okay, part two. Message number two, I'm getting medical vibes. We're in medical vibes. Oh, sorry, we're in group two. Medical vibes here. Now, medical vibes doesn't, I'm not necessarily getting that you need to do something, although I do feel something dental, maybe somebody here, but medical vibes is I'm being asked, okay, this is for me too, I guess. I was going to say, I'm being told to tell you, but also, that some type of medical vibe is coming in. So there's energies of teaching that want to come in for you, meaning that you're being trained, like you have been trained already before this lifetime. So a lot of you already have been trained to do the spiritual work and to help others that you're doing on this planet that you will be doing. Sometimes it's just a matter of unblocking the way so that you can receive those energies here, so that you can step into it, right? So if you are in some type of medical field, it could be acupuncture, it could be teeth cleaning is what I'm getting, a dental hygienist, whatever this is. Somebody's asking, can it be a nail technician? The fact that I'm hearing that, the nail technician, if you're a nail technician or there's a nail stuff, you're group one. Okay, I'm not getting necessarily that you would be group two related to the nail technician stuff. But if you feel called to group two, go ahead and read group two, because I do feel that there's still information here for you, but it may not tie in per se with the nail stuff. It may tie in with something else that you're going to be doing maybe in the next 6 months. Okay, so whatever this is, whatever this is, you may struggle a little bit at the beginning to get this up and off the ground, because if you need to get more training or just need to let the energies come in, or you literally need to get more training, like some type of licensing or something here on this planet in the physical, you may fumble a little bit, like, oh, I need to study for this test or something, but I can't find a time to sit down. I can't find, like, there's a fumble there. Just keep going at it. A lot of the times it's just because the energies aren't supportive. But look at that. Look at this now. We've got two contract cards. Winged messengers, he's coming with these two chairs, he's coming with a message from the divine. We've got a person handing someone a contract. Whoever you are, your schooling is definitely going to pay off, just letting you know. So make sure that you put in the time, because we've got double contracts here. So if you're feeling like you're fumbling the bag somehow, you're not. Here's the knock. So right now, you are being told, I'm telling you now, look, see the telling before the knock. I'm telling you now, be on the lookout or be aware that there's you, super cute, minding your own business, you and your cat, super cute. Someone is going to knock on your door and invite you somewhere to do something, and you're being invited to go do it. Okay, so I'm going to place that over here because I don't know why. I was going to say, is it because it's related to this reading here, pile three, but it almost feels like it's still in the potential, depending on choices that you make. But it's so highly probable that me putting it here it doesn't carry the vibe like, oh, but it might not happen. It feels so probable that it's going to happen, but they're just asking me to put it there for a second. And I'm getting the word yogurt, super cute. I love that name. Okay, check that out. Okay, nice cards, group two. More needs to come out for group two. Okay, thank you. What is this? Hide and go seek is what I'm getting. Hide and go seek. Look at this, two worlds. It's like, do you want to be right side up or do you want to be upside down? Spirit is saying hide and go seek with this lightning bolt energy, carrying aqua energy, Aquarius energy. So Aquarius energy is, when is Aquarius season? February, January, February, March, no, February, March is Pisces. January, February is Aquarius season. So you've got until Aquarius season, January and February, to make some type of decision. Group two is what I'm getting, a little bit of group one as well, to make some type of decision that you're kind of on the fence about. TBH, to be honest, it's looking a little bit like you're dipping a little bit towards the negative. So meaning like to not take some type of action that is in your highest interest. So please, right side up, make a firm decision. And when we said hide and go seek, imagine if rain clouds are coming and storms are coming. You don't want to stand underneath a tree and get electrocuted unless it's a tree. Oh, it's super cute. I just saw that. Unless it's a tree that needs to be felled. See, this tree, it's the willow tree, it's carrying all this wisdom. It's kind of in the way with the energy that of that training and that stuff from outside of from off what from from your higher self. Let's put it this way. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to keep up with the messages, and my tongue's like not loose. I don't know, but not loose enough. But this is a little bit in the way. So, like we said, we're just preparing you and all of that. But in the meantime, try to align yourself with people, places, things, situations, ideas, all that stuff that would be conducive to these higher frequencies when they can finally come in. And what does that look like? That looks like we've talked about see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, avoid the gossip, right? Don't hang out in certain spaces that are low vibration. Like this is the time if for example, if you're an analogy for another analogy, wow. If, for example, if your boss is, this is pure analogy. Let's say if you're up for a promotion, right? Hold on, let me reset this timer here. 15 minutes. If you, let's say you're up for a promotion and you're literally meeting with your boss right now outside of like your boss and your supervisor are having a discussion about you and you're in the waiting room. While you're in the waiting room, don't go on YouTube doing weird stuff. Don't go listening to the latest news or just whatever that is just not going to be a good look while you're sitting there waiting. While you're sitting there waiting, be on your P's and Q's. Maybe pull out a book. Maybe sit quietly. Maybe use the time to catch up with the good Lord. I mean, do you have time, to chat about our Lord and Savior? I mean, what are we doing, right? Do something that energetically can keep you at a high enough vibration that when this blockage is removed and these energies can come into you, when the fumbling is done and now you can sit and study, make sure that the path is clear enough for you. And so you've got between now and January/February to get into alignment, because during February, January, February, aqua season, we're going to get a rush of energy that's going to come in and really help push you. We've had kind of a dynamic like this before. If it wasn't earlier this year in aqua season, then it was last year in aqua season. And it might have been this year. And the message that was coming is that spirit was trying to help people align, get into alignment, get their mindset right, get into positive thinking, whether it's through affirmations, whatever. Do your pruning season, release whatever, position yourself. Because when aqua season comes, Uranus energy, it's shock, right? It's tumult. Imagine you're a cute little white ball, and then you've got this pool stick, boom. And whatever position you're in, when that pool stick hits the white ball and the white ball hits, oh, you're not the white ball, you're another ball. Whatever position, the pool stick hits the white ball and the white ball hits you, you want to be in a position that when that force is applied, you're going off to the races in the way that you need to be. All right. So this is a call to action here. And remember, I'm giving you, oh, that's how they put them, the heads up. Heads up. You're going to get an invitation. Okay. So I'm feeling somebody in the physical space is actually going to invite you to something, but you have to do this could, I don't know what this is. It could be an invitation to a party. It could be an invitation, because we do have the holidays coming up. It could be an invitation to check out like a new therapist office. It could be an invitation to a PTA, like whatever, right? I'm not saying, hey, want to buy a watch? I'm going to invite you into the cold alley over here. Check this out. Not that kind of invite. The invite's going to, be above board, but could be a job offer, could be something, could be somebody leading the way, but it really feels like an offer. Whatever this is, accept it and be on the lookout. I'm getting a noose for some reason. I'm seeing a noose hanging here. So the reason it's like hanging outside, they're saying that when this person, when this opportunity comes to give you the knock on the door, the last thing you want to be is in victim mode. Because if you're in victim mode, it's going to be obvious. Now, for example, let's say if it's a job thing, you don't want to be reeking of desperation, like, I need the money, right? When this new person's trying to consider you for a job because they're going to be like turned off, right? And that goes for relationships, right? There's something also for somebody here. There's a science connection. So something science-based is going to be coming in for you as well. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know. So no wonder they put this off here because these are heavy cards. They're carrying a meaning. And they're also connecting to pile 3. I don't know. Let's see what pile 3 is about. Thank you, pile 2. Thank you, pile 1. All right, pile 3. Pile 3, you're all kinds of confused. Oh, look, Sid. No wonder. Like, what am I doing in here? This self-imposed prison. I almost said prism. Prizm, ZM, SM. Okay. Tell me a word that you don't spell, right? That you've never spelled in your life, but you've seen multiple times. Anyway, I'm sure no, I'm not sure, but it could be a Z. But anyway, whatever. This is confusion. You've got a lot of confusion here. I'm getting the word daycare as well. So if you're having some type of confusion for somebody here, I'm being sucked into your actual mind space. And I have to be honest, this is not everybody. This is specifically one person I'm being sucked into to give a personal message for somebody in group 3. I'm feeling there is some type of mental disturbance, temporary is what I'm feeling, that's going on in your mind. And so you're going to need somebody to help you navigate that. This doesn't mean that you're not functioning in your daily life, but for somebody here, you may actually be experiencing interruptions in your functioning for some reason. You're going to need maybe a tactical and trained person to step into your space, whether it's your energetic space to do energetic work for you or some type of psychological assistance or a therapist or somebody. But this is going to have to be somebody trained. Your spirit team is going to help you with that. God's going to help you with this. And this could very well be, I'm getting the image of a well, a place in your mind that you have had cordoned off, trapped off. Why am I saying trapped off? But obviously for a reason, but cordoned off because maybe there's this fear that if I even go near it, I'm going to get trapped. Now, I'm going to pull out a little bit. It's not quite Alice in Wonderland. Whenever I get into someone's energy field and I start getting those vibes, that's the difference. But here, this could be simply some trauma that is ready to come up to be looked at in the psychological space. And Spirit is saying that you will have met your match by the time you finish working on this. Ooh, that's giving me romance vibes. And look how the cards parted away a little bit. That's a house there. So somebody here, if you're like single or if you're wanting romance or not wanting romance, whatever this is, Spirit is saying there's something energetically and also psychologically even that you're going to need to work through in your trauma space. Spirit is going to help you. I can't even look too much into it. You right now, whatever this is, you're going to know, you might know who you are, right? And this is a good thing, by the way, because, and I'm getting past life stuff, because it's almost like, those prank Pringles, you pull it and pull the lid and bloop, all the snakes come out like a silly gag kind of thing. The lid is about to be raised up, and it probably has already been raised. So things are going to be coming up for you to look at. And Spirit is saying you're going to have your support. Now, that specific example is for somebody, at least one person, but not everybody is going to have a trauma-based thing there. But I did just want to mention that. Is there something else here? Spirit is saying, don't worry, you won't get lost. Yeah, I think a lot of you, and this is understandable, when it comes to trauma, okay, first of all, we might wonder, we meaning me, as you guys know me, I'm out here always trying to look for a shortcut. Give your girl the heads up and I'll always work towards the shortcut. But you know, I wonder why are we doing all these lifetimes of, struggle? Like, come on now. And well, because simply stated, you can decide right now. Go ahead, guys, decide to wake up. Decide to wake up and see God, whatever, or whatever you think is going to happen when you wake up. But these things take time. You cannot move faster than you can um, psychologically process. So that's why we come back time and time again. And sometimes we come back and we completely blow a lifetime. We're not even working on our stuff. So it's like, all right. But there are so many people who are literally working on things and we get it and all of that. But remember, keep going, know thyself, keep doing this, but give God a chance, is what they're saying. And I need to hear this sometimes because I'm so impatient. The one thing my Aries energy actually does. The one thing, where is the Aries energy in my chart? I'm just asking, sun sign Aries, where is it? But anyway, because give God a chance, because if we were actually to say, just let me see what my baggage is, a lot of people would be hanging themselves because it's too much, psychologically speaking. And with the personality that they have in this lifetime, sometimes the trauma is just so much. Sometimes it's so much that in reading with a client, I'm seeing it, but I'm not allowed to tell you about it. Why? Because it doesn't serve a purpose that is helpful for you. It doesn't serve a purpose. Things that serve a purpose are given to you in doses that you can take. Doses. Somebody here is, sorry, personal message. Somebody here needs to lay off the drugs. Okay. I know we're in 2025. I know everybody has feelings about what recreation is and this and that, but your girl Jay, it's me. Hi, friendly local reader, friendly local healer. I'll always tell you like I see it. Working in your energy field, just say no. Because just to show you, look at this here. Imagine if this person, super cute, that's you. Imagine if you're seeing all this foliage. I love that word. This foliage, just kidding, that's not a real word. But anyway, you're seeing all this foliage. But what if I told you, you're going to be like, oh, those are trees. And I'm like, I know, right? He's walking barefoot in the forest. But like, what if I told you, those, my friend, are not trees? That's debris. That's, what's the word? Refuse from substances that you're taking, right? People would be like, oh my God, what if that should be clear? And a lot of times people struggle in their life and they don't understand, why can't I do this in my life? Why can't I manifest this? Why can't I? Because your energy field, okay? We have to be very, very careful. All right. So Spirit is saying, if that's you, I'm getting a headache already just talking about this here. So if that's you, Spirit is saying you have many opportunities to get clear. Now, this is not to say, oh, it's just snap your finger, it's going to be easy. No, Spirit's not out here with that. And anytime you do see somebody just get up one day and quit something, whatever it is, cold turkey, you best believe they've had lifetimes working towards something. They didn't just wake up and see a story somewhere or have an experience and wow, it just really, I just woke up and they did it in this lifetime. But when you look at their multiple past lifetimes, they've been putting in the work, right? So if you're vibing with this message that I'm saying here about this stuff, Spirit is saying, keep going. Yeah, they're and part of me is like, oh my God, I'm lecturing. And Spirit is like, no, they're also saying, you keep going, tell them the truth. Okay, so somebody's guides are trying to get to you. Tell them the truth. They're saying you cannot make headway when you're pumping your system with this stuff. And I hate to say it too, because this with my beautiful Taurus moon, I bristle at this one, but food too. Okay. I love my food, but I'm asking my guides, can we eat anything? Is there anything on these shelves that we can eat, right? That is safe to eat? So you mean even cornstarch? I have to look on the label to make sure it's not modified cornstarch or some other industrial cornstarch. So you mean maltodextrin? I can't have that, even though it's in all of, everything, and it's worse than sugar. And right, so these are things Spirit is trying to let us know, but specifically they're hitting that shout out for substance abuse. Do not get caught up in the policies of today and the recreational this, recreational that. It's not good for your energy field. Okay? Be mindful. Um, so Spirit is saying they're going to keep sending you opportunities to get clean and to get clear. They're going to send it to you. And you know, Spirit, they're always on that send button. They're always helping us. But I do see lots of opportunities that it's like it comes in, you just throw it on the floor, right? And so we're just doing our best, everybody. But we're out here to let you know. Did you hear they said that? We're out here to let you know, up in the air. No matter what's going on, let's pull out of group three. I was hearing we're also through with the reading. Thank you. Pull out of group three, but open it up to everybody. But what we do down here is really up to us. We cannot understand that at this level, but we have a lot more agency than we are aware of. And so we just have to do our best to connect with something higher than ourselves, and that would be our higher selves. Stop outsourcing. Connect to our higher self or your guardian angel, right? And God, of course, right? And just ask for our steps to be ordered and do our best. This season, be careful. It's Scorpio season. Stuff is going to come up. So if you know you have struggles with coping mechanisms, please, please, please be mindful, okay? And of course, God bless you. God loves you. You are absolutely innocent. We just can't see that at this level of being. If you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. Also on YouTube only, I will be posting quick personal messages if Spirit asks me to. Okay, so check that out. I'll post it in the shorts because sometimes they're like, oh, tell whoever this is. And I'm like, okay. And it's a 3-minute thing and it's an invitation. If that's you and it's specifically for you, you can book a session with me. Okay. God bless you guys. Mwah. Let's do well this week. Bye.